Hey, everybody out there. We're going to go into our daily live training Zoom session. We're live now, and we're going to go live on a couple other platforms here, and then we're going to jump into the Zoom meeting. Let's just get one more platform ready to go, and here we go. All right, let's start the meeting.
Recording in progress.
Okay, let's see who we have coming in today for our daily live training. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone's had a good week so far as we've reached the end and we're getting ready for the weekend. So hope videos are being recorded, things are being sent out, pages are being created. That would be awesome. All right, so welcome in to the returners. If you're returning, you can put a 2 in the chat. Some of the names I recognize, obviously, but if you want to put a 2 in the chat if you're returning. And if you are new to the platform, please put a 1 into the chat. That would be great, just so we have an idea. If you are new, maybe you're on the free trial, maybe you just got on a paid plan, maybe you're just kind of working your way around things early on. If you want to put a 1 in there, that's always helpful. And you can put a 2 if you're returning. But again, most of the people, I recognize your names in there. If you are recording videos and sending them out and you want our feedback, this is something that, I don't know, I think it's a lot of fun to do. I just put the email in the chat, feedback@Dubb. So if you're making these videos and you do want some feedback from us, feel free to drop that, use that email, feedback@Dubb. And send us something, because sometimes when you're doing styles of videos, maybe you're doing screen recording videos for a while and you want to try a picture-in-picture with the mobile app, or you want to do a quick webcam one, or you just want to try a different style or strategy, feel free to send us over, pretend we're the prospect or the client. And then, we can kind of give you some feedback, which would be pretty great. Because I think a lot of the times, when you're doing Dubb videos and you have your prospects and you have your plan and you have your strategy, it's always good to have that specific use case. It's one of the most important things you can do. And then you just apply the technology to the use case. But sometimes it's good to experiment. A lot of the times for Dubb here, when we're doing ads or we're doing, outreach, we kind of experiment with some different things. And it's always a good idea to do that, just to kind of play with the tech a little bit and give it a shot. So you can use us as the guinea pigs if you want to pretend. Send it over to feedback@Dubb. In terms of the different styles of recording with Dubb, a lot of the times, because Dubb does a lot, it's really good to zero in on what you feel is the most effective way to record. So when I flip around here and share my screen and walk through our stuff that we do, that's an important thing to keep in mind as far as what kind of style of recording works best for what your goal is. And that's something we're going to hit on in a second. Also, too, if you haven't been to our Dubb support YouTube channel, it's a great spot to go. We have all of our live trainings are there, but also we have a lot of other videos there that are really good for learning. Our editing team will take a lot of the stuff that we do and cut it into shorter snippets and be able to do that and show that. So it's pretty amazing. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's get moving in on some stuff here. Okay. So again, here's the Dubb support on YouTube. So we get a lot of stuff in here. Just scroll through and check out the different titles of the videos that we have in there. In terms of strategy-wise, for this stuff that's really important, you really want to figure out your hook first. This is something we talk about all the time because it's just probably the most important thing you can do. Because me saying what's your hook there, to get someone to want to click on your video, you got to have some kind of context, some kind of reason, some kind of value that they're going to be curious about to want to click on this thing. So I think that's the point that you've got to hammer home first is what's my hook. So what you want to do is use whatever AI you have, Chat, Grok, Gemini, Claude, whatever it is within Dubb. Use Auto right up here at the dashboard. Auto sits right up here at the top, right here. So you can use any one of these AIs and just get in there and say, look, here's my industry. Here's what I'm looking to do in terms of who I'm reaching out to, whether it's one person, group of people, whatever it is. Here's the value I want to convey to this person or group within the industry. And here's the action I want them to take when they're done getting my video message, whether it's booking a time in the calendar, checking out the site, downloading something, whatever that may be. Just give the AI a nice full picture of what you're looking to do. But what you need from the AI is you want the AI to give you hook versions. Give me some hooks. So say, give me a list of 20 to 30, 3 to 7 word, 3 to 6 word hooks that are going to work pretty good. The reason we say 3 to 6 words is because typically that's what's going to fit on the whiteboard that you see right here that I'll explain in a second, this thing. So, and you want it to be short and punchy. So 3 to 6 words fits on there, and 3 to 6 words is good for your email subject line up at the top. So when you have that hook figured out, it gives you the list of 20 to 30 of them. Go through it, see what you like, see which ones make sense, make the changes if you want to. Sometimes you have an idea. That's the cool thing about AI sometimes. It gives you some ideas, some starting points, and then you can kind of make it your own. So make the adjustments to the hooks or tell the AI to make the adjustments. And then when you feel comfortable that you have your 3 to 6 word hooks, that's when you can decide on, okay, what kind of video style do I want to record? Now, the styles that I'm going to show you are the different choices you have. So the first one right here is with the webcam. The webcam right here, I have webcam recording, Dubb mobile app on my phone, Dubb app, D-U-B-B-A-P-P. It has a whiteboard feature where you can type, and that's what I'm typing right there. This kind of recording style is very straightforward. You can't get any more straightforward than holding a message up directly like this. And it's nice and simple. You're sitting right at your computer. Now, this is an animated preview. When you hit record with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is going to keep repeating in this loop that you see right here. You can change it inside the platform with a little slider to a different part of the video if you like it better visually. But to be efficient, when you hit record, first 3 seconds is going to be your repeating GIF right there. So that's where you want to have a little bit of movement to it. Move the phone a little bit, do a little point, a little smile, a little wave, just something like that. But you want to make sure the message is clearly seen so it can be read. As far as this style, this works really good for introductions. You know, you want to meet someone super basic. Hey, this is me sitting right here. You got their name right there. Say, hey, John, hey, Sally, whatever you want to say, if it's not a hook. You also can record something in terms of if it's just a basic update on something. You know, maybe you're updating your circle of influence on a fact, and that update can be the hook right there. So this is very easy to record. You can sit right in front of your webcam and deliver what you want to deliver. Now, you also can do this with this version. Down here at the bottom, here's an example of, sorry, not this one right here. This is an example of doing the webcam, but dropping a virtual background behind you. So if you're not holding up that whiteboard with the hook, you can do screenshots behind you that can give context and have a hook type feeling to the people that you're reaching out to. So when you have that screenshot, like Sarah's profile you see right here, she's going to immediately connect with that. Oh, cool. That's my profile. You could have a screenshot of a property in real estate. You could have a screenshot of an action someone took, maybe an insurance or mortgage. They filled out a form. You can take a screenshot of it. Maybe it's a screenshot of someone's website where, you're reaching out to companies and saying, hey, something, you're pointing something out on their site. It could be a screenshot of an article that you want to share. So there's a lot of options to visually put behind you to give context and to give a hook. Now, you also can do a combination of both of these things. So I can drop a virtual background behind, and I can hold up that whiteboard with that message, that hook, what I want to say. This is kind of a cool one to do because you're kind of doing two things at once here, which is pretty neat. So this visually would stand out a lot. Now, if I was in real estate, this is pretty cool because you got the property and then you can have the property address, or you can have, something related to the property that's a fun fact about it. So just play with it, either whiteboard by itself, virtual background by itself, or a combination of both of those things. And that will stand out really, really well. Now, you also can do screen recordings. So the screen recordings are important whenever you want to be visually on top of something and you want to walk someone through the experience. The Dubb Chrome extension is a great way to do this. Now, the Dubb Chrome extension, you're going to see this little button right up here at the top in the browser. When you Google Dubb Chrome extension, it's a 3-step process to pin it up here. And it can record anything within your browser. So anything browser-based where you want to be in a bubble, on top of something, walking someone through something, that's what you want to get. Now, you're going to notice here, this is a market update. We can clearly see that. I'm right next to the title of the article, which is what you want. But I'm also adding that additional message inside there of saying there's a big change. Yeah, it's a market update, but there's been a big change. So whether you're reaching out on LinkedIn, that I'll show in a little bit, whether you're on top of anything within your browser, whatever industry you're in, and you're visually walking someone through something, add that additional hook when the video first begins, because that's going to get them to want to click on it even more. Now, you also have an option for a desktop app. So we have the Dubb desktop app. The Dubb desktop app is cool because it's not beholden to the browser. It's not trapped in the browser like the Chrome. it can go on top of anything. So whether it's a video, Canvas slide, deck, document, whatever it is, it gives you that freedom to go on top of whatever you want. It also has some other cool functionality. So you can really crop in on what's going on your web page. So notice this is a web page here, but I'm pushed in a little closer. So when I show you these back to back, you're going to be able to see the differences between the two. But the big difference is one's browser based, one is not browser based. Go on top of everything. Now you also can do mobile apps. So if you want to do a mobile app recording, you can do the same stuff we did with the webcam. You can just do selfie style, take some screenshots on your phone of the stuff we talked about, put it behind you. You can add some text on the screen like you see right here, and you're able to do that same webcam type experience with the virtual and some text in the same way on the mobile. You're just not holding up a whiteboard. You just type the text on the screen just like you see it right here. You also can do just the hook, just like this. Or if you're going to introduce yourself to someone, this is a nice, easy video that you can record that does make a difference sending it to somebody. Now, you also can do picture in picture. This is probably, I think, one of the coolest functions on the mobile app because you can show what's in front of you and you can be on the screen at the same time. So it uses both cameras on the phone and shows what's in front and you're there. For property walkthroughs in real estate, it's like tailor-made for it. It's perfect. If you're doing not real estate, but you're maybe at an expo or a conference or a big meeting and you kind of want to show the crowd and kind of narrate what's going on, this is pretty cool for that. Then you could, post it on social, or you could send it out as maybe like a newsletter update to your crowd. You also could do a testimonial with a client. If you're physically with a client, you could start recording with your phone, have them sit across from you, or use a little selfie stick, and then you could interview the person because you're up in the left-hand corner, they're right in the middle, and you can do a quick little video testimonial interview that you can put on social media or send out to your group or have it as a playlist video. If you're selling locally to businesses, you can walk right outside of the business, take a quick video of you showing the business, talking about it, send it to the contact you have inside, and that's a cool little creative thing for someone to see. So there's a lot of neat options you have with these different recording styles. So it's really about just choosing the right ones that you want to do. Now, when someone gets these videos, it's about the experience. So they see your animated GIF, they're like, cool, they see the hook, great, I want to click on it. And when they do, it's about this experience that happens right in here. So you want to make sure that you have your logo right over here to the left, the video that you recorded right here in the middle, and then there's playlist videos that are going to play right after this thing. The videos that play right after are seamless. They run right into it as soon as it's done playing. The cool thing about these playlist videos is it provides, more information for the person or group watching it. And you also can record a video one time, basically your pitch video about you, what you do, why someone should go with you, make it a minute, minute and a half, and boom, you're able to put it out there and it plays right after. The reason you want to record that pitch video that plays after just once and have it is because these videos, like we mentioned before, are all about the hook. That's what these things are. So secondarily, it's about you. It's more about that hook and value that you're trying to talk about with them. These videos right here should be short. I wouldn't go longer than a minute, probably 30, 40 seconds is the sweet spot. And then if you have video testimonials, this is a good spot to have them in the playlist. Kind of completes the circle in the experience that you have. Below here, you have your call to action buttons. These are your CTAs. What would you like someone to do when they're done watching the content? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? That's probably the most, I would say, popular button in sales. But maybe you want them to visit your website. Maybe you want them to email you back. Maybe you want them to fill out a form. Maybe you want to link to an external form. Maybe you want them to download a document, a listing agreement, a contract, a guide. Maybe you want them to check out a case study. Maybe you want them to leave you a review. So you have those options down there. I wouldn't have a ton of buttons because you don't want to get the whole paralysis by analysis. But if you have multiples, I would go in order of importance from left to right. If you don't have video testimonials, or you do have some, but you would like to get more, instead of meeting them in Zoom or anywhere else and having to edit it out, what you can do is use the reply with video button right down here at the bottom. So what you can do is record a nice video, have that button below it, and say, hey, this is Rob. Listen, thank you so much for using Dubb. I'd love to get a video testimonial from you. It'd be great to share with everybody. It's not complicated. You don't have to download anything. All you need to do is just click that reply with video button below and let me know, what have you thought about the platform? Then they send that video back to you. You get a separate notification inside of Dubb. You got a video reply. And then you add that video and you add it to your playlist right there. And that kind of completes the circle. That's the experience that you want people to have, because when they land here, there's just so much useful stuff for them to watch and react to and do in terms of booking a time. Now, the last part of this page is right over here. This is your AI assistant, SIA, your sales interactive assistant. And this is great to have on the page, because when people land here, maybe they're thinking about taking an action though, but maybe they're not. So maybe they have real-time questions that they want to answer before they feel comfortable taking that next step over here. So over here to the right, you can have your FAQs. You can ask the AI an individual question. And when the AI gives the response, it wants to keep things moving. It wants to keep the momentum going. So it's going to give the answer, and then it's going to say, hey, are you ready to book a time? If that's what your call to action is. With me, it is, are you ready to book a time? It doesn't just want to give the answer and just wait. It wants to give the answer and keep things going forward. Kind of like a good script in a movie. You want to have the inciting actions that keep everything moving forward. In terms of the education of the AI, inside the Dubb platform, there is an area where you can do individual website pages that you can add in, and then SIA will learn physically what's in text on those pages. And then you can also upload a PDF. So you can do one or the other, or you can do both. And then the AI will become completely educated on what you're doing and be able to provide the answers that are needed. Now, these preset landing pages right here, you want to have individual preset landing pages for different parts of your audience. So if I was in, say, recruitment, and I worked with employers and I worked with candidates, if I was in insurance and worked with different kinds of insurance clients, mortgage, coaching, consulting, finance, if I was in real estate, buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expires, residential, commercial, any of those different splits within your industry, you want to have a different preset landing page for those folks, because that way it feels like you're speaking directly to them. Now, when you get on a paid plan with Dubb, one of the first things that the team does is they meet you in Zoom and they help you get everything set up, help you get your pages set up, your logos, your AI, all that good stuff. So you're ready to go right out of the gate. The biggest thing here is when you have separate preset landing pages that speak directly to that part of the audience, it's a much better feeling than getting a generic feel with a generic message. Now, all of this is also tracked too. So with Dubb, you're going to know, did someone open the email? Did they click on any of the buttons? Did they interact with the AI? Did they watch the video? If they did, what's the watch percentage? So you're going to have all that info so you can really follow up in the best way possible, because a lot of the times, you don't want to say, hey, I'm following up just to follow up. I'm following up because I know you watched that video, which is great. Thank you so much. I know you learned about this, but let me tell you a little bit about the part you might have missed if they didn't watch the whole thing. So there's a lot of options there to really have some nice specific messaging. Now, as far as recording the videos that I just showed you, these different styles, how would we do this? How would we record them with Dubb? So to do a webcam video, this one right here, here's how you do it. You get inside Dubb, inside your Dubb dashboard, and there's a giant red button up here at the top. Create video right over here. You select that button here, and that's going to open up your webcam that brings you here. Now, to get the whiteboard that I was holding up, that whiteboard message, that's the Dubb mobile app. So get the Dubb app on your phone. So it's DUBB APP. And when you do have it, here is going to be, where is it? Here we go. Here's the Dubb mobile app here. And then you're going to click this little square button right at the top. It's a little square with a person in the corner right there. When you select that, that is where you're going to type your message, your hook. So that's all you do is you just type your hook, type it, turn it. There you go. Someone was freaking out for a second. There you go, just like this. And then either bring it to the camera, lean back, move forward, have some of that movement to it. Now, to get the virtual background that you saw, all you do is go below, select virtual background, come down here. You can choose some stock stuff, but I would rather go with something specific. So if you click on your photos, this is where you can upload into this area all the stuff we talked about before: properties and real estate, articles, screenshots of an action someone took, websites, whatever it is. Upload it in here. It creates a little library for you. And now you have these options to choose from that are right here. Just choose the one that you like the best and makes the most sense for, you're reaching out, right? That gives the most context. And then it puts it behind you just like this. Now, you're going to want to have a good ring light or natural light or a combination of both so you're lit well from the front. If you talk with your hands, which I do a lot, I usually do dinosaur T-Rex arms. I'm not going to go outside here. If I do, it gets a little soupy. It's okay, though. I'm not losing too many fingers. So you have that as an option. I would do that here. If you're going to bring in the whiteboard, I would hold it here. If you try to go out here, it gets a little messy. See how it disappears? So I would keep it right in here like that if you want to do a combination of that and that. Now, every recording style with Dubb has a teleprompter option. So if you want to use a teleprompter, all you have to do is have a script saved into the Dubb platform first. Here, when I'm on the webcam, to access this, I just click above my head here, and now it says create new script at the top. I could click that button. It will take me inside the Dubb platform, and I can just copy and paste the script in there and save it. I can also scroll between scripts that I already have saved in the platform, or I can search for a script by name. There it is, just right here. Now, here's going to be your speed. This is what you're going to adjust up or down to see what you like. Make sure you hit the play button first, give it a read, see if you like it. Back to text off, resume it in. Now, the key thing with this is, well, number one is going to be your physical distance for your eye line. So I think about arm's distance away is pretty good. You're going to let the words flow up in your eye line at the top. And to make this be natural, give it a couple reads. Don't let the words surprise you. You want to have the proper inflection in terms of what you're trying to say. And it just takes a little bit of practice. This ends up being very efficient if you want to have exact wording with what you're doing. So just, again, it takes a little practice to do this. Now, if you're reading this out loud, right, for the first time, and you want to change some things, just click this little edit button right here, this pencil icon. Make the changes that you want, and then just click save. That happens a lot where sometimes we'll write a script, and then when you say it out loud, you're like, you know what, I want to make a change. Now to record here, here's how you do it. I'm going to hold up my hook. Here we go. I'm going to click the red record button right in the middle, get my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and here we go. Hey, this is Rob from Dubb. I wanted to send you this quick video here because Dubb is the automation contact management system where we create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button right here, stop the recording, stops the teleprompter. I can click the button again to resume. And if I want to delete this video, all I have to do is click the red X right here. It'll say, you sure you want to do this? Which is a great button. And if you want to save the video into Dubb, it's the blue check mark right here. And if you want to close the teleprompter, just tap this little button here and you closed it. So this is a very straightforward way to communicate. Message right here, virtual background behind, combination of both. And always remember to give a nice big smile when you start in the video. All right, so to save this video here, I'm going to click the check mark because I want to save it. So I'm clicking this here. And when I click it here, it's going to take us inside the video, inside the Dubb platform to the video edit page. That's where I'm going to land. Anytime you save a video into Dubb, this is where it's going to be. Now, when you land in here, this is where you can do some fun stuff. Up here at the top, you can click the little pencil icon up here. You can change it internally to whatever name you'd like it to be. Just make sure you click the check mark when you're done. You can download the MP4 version of any video that you save into the platform. So you want to download the MP4 file, you can do that right here. If you want to preview what this video looks like on a preset landing page, just go over to the right, click that little square button with the arrow, opens up a different tab, and now you can check it out and say, oh yeah, there's my video, there's my playlist, there's my AI, there's my buttons, there's my logo. Everything looks great. Now, if you wanted to change that to a different preset landing page, you have the ability to do that with this little drop down right here. Notice it says Rob's preset with a green check mark. That means every time I record a video, I have a default preset that will always be attached to it. And that's what that is right there. Now, if I want to change it to a different preset landing page, like we talked about earlier, right? And I've already created them, I can just select one here or search for one. And when I select it, it changes everything about the background because it's a different preset landing page. And you can do that with one click. And if you want to upload this to your YouTube channel, you can upload it right here. Now, you also have a QR code. Every Dubb video has one. So if you want to do physical marketing, whether you're doing door hanger stuff, you're doing mail stack stuff, make a fun video. Hey, thanks for pulling me off the door handle here. Something fun like that. If you're at a live event and you have a booth, have a little placard up with a thing they can scan. If you're walking around meeting people at a conference, have a pre-recorded video that says, hey, it was great meeting you at the event. You can click below to stay in touch. If you're doing an open house in real estate, have one of these sitting on the counter. So when they scan it, hey, thanks for checking out the open house. If you want to see similar properties, check out the link below. So use cases for that. Now below here, you have an analytics tab on this page. This has an AI coach called Kyra right here. So if you click generate, it's going to give you feedback on the video you recorded. How's your delivery analysis? How's your content? How's your visuals? It can give you some immediate feedback. You also have activity right over here. This is what we mentioned earlier. So you can really drill down on what people did. Email opens, CTA clicks, percentage watches, all that good stuff. You can focus on right there. Now you also have an editing tab in Dubb. So if you click the editing tab here, any video you can edit that you save into the platform. So I can play the video here back. I can drag my timeline if I want to, like this. So let's say I want to cut something out. I'm going to drag it or play it to my first cut point. Let's just say it is right there, right? Click the scissor icon, splits it in two. Drag it or play it to my second cut point. Scissor icon. Now I got 3 pieces. Whatever is highlighted in orange, that's going to be the one I can get rid of. Just tap the trash can and it's gone. And if I want to bring everything back, just click undo, 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 and you're right back to where you started. Now we recorded a video, we got it on a preset landing page. Now we just want to share it. So how do we simply share it? So over here in an email, just open up a compose, and this is where you're going to have some best practices. You always want to have the word video in your subject line. It is very important to have that. It's rare that you see that in email subject line, so definitely have it. It's the first thing that they read. And then you want to have your hook that we talked about in the beginning. Remember those hooks for the AI? Put them right there. And then you just want to have a little bit of text, and then you're going to drop the video in. So you can do it very simply like this. You can come right over here inside of Dubb. There's a big, big blue share and send button right over here. Just click that button there. Drop the email into the person you're sending it to so you get that activity level tracking. You can add a little text at the top of the video if you want to. This is not a necessity, but if you want to type a little message, it's a banner at the top. You can click that here, copy for email, and then it's just a copy and paste. And you drop it in just like this. Now, if you want to use a shortcut, we have a shortcut available if you want to. So inside Gmail, you can see the little Dubb button down there at the bottom, right down there. In Outlook 365, it's off to the right in add-ins. The reason that little button is there is because we have the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder that we're going to look at in a second right up here at the top in the browser. So when you have that, you have the shortcut. So when you select it, it's going to open up the Dubb Chrome extension that we're going to use in a second. But when it's opened up, you have the ability to scroll through your video library that I'm doing right now down to the bottom right. And this is where I can just find the video I want, click insert, pop it in, and you're able to send it. So you either can share it from individually inside the platform, drop it in here, or if you have Gmail or Outlook 365, you have that little shortcut if you want to use the shortcut. Now, in terms of a screen recording, something like this that we mentioned before, browser-based screen recordings, where you want to be in a bubble on top of anything within your browser, it is the Dubb Chrome extension. So we're going to use LinkedIn as an example, but this could be any site that you are on within your browser. And you're going to click the little Dubb button right up here at the top in the browser, and it's going to open up the Chrome extension. When it does open it up, you have some options here. So you want to figure out your size first. You can grab the edge here and just drag the edge like this. What kind of size do you want to be? You don't want to go too big because you don't want to cover what's on the screen. So I'm going to go about this size. Then you want to think about your placement. Where do I want to put myself? Where's a cool spot? Well, you know what? I'm going to go right next to Ruben, right here. What about my shape? I can change my shape here, rectangle, longer, shorter, square. I'm going to go circle. Ruben's in a circle. So try to just figure out aesthetically, what you're sharing within your browser, what kind of looks cool and what's a good spot to put yourself. And then inside here, you can just move yourself in a little tighter if you want to. You can back yourself up. You also have the ability to move yourself around inside here if you want to frame yourself a little different, which is pretty neat. You also can turn your camera off over here to the right. So if I click the camera, I can just do an audio walkthrough of this if I want to, if I don't want to be on camera. I also can use my headshot if I want to use my headshot. And if I am live and I do want to add a virtual background like we did before, you can add a virtual background right inside here if you want to do that. You also have the ability to use a annotation tool right here to the left. And you also have the ability to have a teleprompter. So if you click over here, you got a teleprompter again. Now this one's slightly different. So when you have this one here, this one is going to be here. Let me pick a better script. Let's see. Let's go Violet. So this one here, you can physically move around the screen like this, and you can also manipulate the sides like this. So in this case, I'm going to put it up towards the camera here at the top. And you also can control the speed. It's a scroll speed right here, and then back the text off or zoom it in. Now, the thing to remember about this, if you're going to use a teleprompter with the Chrome extension, you don't want to go full screen on your browser. If you go full screen, it's going to hide that teleprompter tab and you won't be able to physically get to it. So you want to leave a little bit of space. So when I hit record, I can just tap this, bring it forward, and I'm able to use it. Now you also have 3 orientations to record with the Chrome. So if I click on camera, which is all the way to the right, opens up like a webcam. If I click on tab over here, it's going to get just a nice clean cut of this page that I'm on. It won't show any of the tabs I have open at the top. It'll be just this page here. If I click screen over here, it's going to get my entire computer screen. I would only do that if I want to jump around to different tabs, maybe show some different stuff. But I typically use tab only when I'm doing this, just in general. Now, before I hit record, I'm going to bring in my hook right here, my additional message. So I'm going to hit record to the right, start recording. I'm going to choose my tab that I'm on. You can see it right there. And when I click share, now this is going to give me a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So it's going to be like this. It's going to go 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Listen, I wanted to send you this quick video because I did not know that you wrote a book called Click Record. I love click and record. So what I did was I did my little video. I had my animated GIF, right? The first 3 seconds. And then I decided to jump to full screen. Whenever you make these screen recordings, it's nice to be able to jump to full screen because it breaks the visuals and you're able to make a point to someone directly. So whenever you're doing these screen recordings, just think about it as an option. Jump at a full screen to make a point and then going back to the page. It works really cool visually. And all you have to do is just hover your mouse over your webcam, double click it. It brings you here. Double click it to go back to the page. And if you want to scroll around and move and talk and scroll and keep recording at the same time, you can do that, whatever you're most comfortable with. If you want to hit the pause button, hit the pause button right down here at the bottom. Stop the recording and then click resume to keep going. And if you want to use the annotations, you can use them right over here to the left. You can do text on the screen, you can do arrows, you can draw, you can circle, you can do all kinds of fun stuff to really make things very specific. So if you are thinking about reaching out on LinkedIn, this is a really great way to do it. If you're thinking about sharing a market update, anything within your browser that you want to visually walk someone through, this is an awesome way to do it. So just click the check mark when you're done, like we did before, right down here at the bottom, and that's going to save it right into the Dubb platform. And when it's saved in there, it's going to land on the video edit page, just like we did before. Now, if I want to share this video that I've recorded, if I want to share it with Ruben, right? How would I do that? Well, on LinkedIn, you just want to make sure that you're a connection first. So get a first connection going, send a connection request. Most people connect. And when you do, just click message. And when you click message, we have a little Dubb button inside there that you can share the videos with. So when you send it to someone, they'll see that nice animated preview and they're able to experience that. Let me just refresh this here. It should show the button at the bottom. It might be because we're streaming that there's a little bit of latency here on this stuff. Let me see. So message. Okay. There we go. Okay. So down here at the bottom, see this little Dubb symbol down here? That's the shortcut like we had in Gmail and Outlook 365. That is that right there. So when you click that, that's when the Chrome's going to open up and you're able to drop a video in and you're able to send it. So that's a big part of what you can do on LinkedIn, and then you're able to send it there. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second just because people out there in streaming land, I would go to dubb.com to check us out. I'm going to end the stream now just because we're getting major latency in here in terms of it really slowing some stuff down. So I appreciate everyone out there streaming and watching. Come to dubb.com, check us out. Go to dubb.com/support on YT, and then we'll have those on there for those recordings. But thanks for those folks out there. We're going to jump out now in terms of that. So let me just end this over here. And then folks in Zoom, we're going to stay where we're at. So let's end this right here. Hold on. Just because the